Come for the books.
Stay for the smut.
Welcome to Book Club, bitches.
Yes.
The suspense.
Come for the books.
Stay for the smut.
Welcome to Book Club, bitches. It's about damn time.
I know you already heard it at the intro, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
So we apologize, smut sluts, book babes, and everything in between.
Everything in between.
We're back.
Yes.
Book club's here.
I feel like I sound really weird in my head. Like I don't hear myself that much.
You probably just hear voices.
Probably. I mean, not wrong.
I can turn this up.
Yeah, maybe that. Because I can't hear.
But a memento. Yeah, sometimes the volume just gets turned down.
Yeah. So I was like, normally I can hear us really, really well.
How about that?
Hello.
Hey.
I hear better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear better. I hear better things now. Oh yeah. That's a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Book club. Get hard for book club.
Get sloppy wet. No, I didn't like that.
Speaking of,
I did like it.
sloppy wet. Cheers, Mom.
Cheers.
I don't know. Transition that. Cock to the cocktail.
To the cock.
Cock wet.
Cock
I don't
to
know.
the cock.
A lot of rapping today.
We did rap a lot. Charlotte and I had a cocktail standoff.
It's a war.
It's a war.
I think I won.
I don't know about that.
I think she might die at the end of this episode.
I might be passed out, but looks-wise,
You're not wrong.
So basically, Charlotte made a cocktail about 45 minutes ago, and then it sat with green and red sugar, and now it just looks like poop water with lipstick stains all around the glass.
However, I will take the feeling of...
It was really pretty, though, in the beginning.
It was, and then, color wheel and all.
Yeah.
But...
Damn color wheel.
I would rather take this over whatever
So
concoction
mine
you have.
Is basically like a martini with soda water. And a lot of ice
And
to water it down.
And a lot of fucking alcohol.
A lot of booze in it.
Just filled to the brim.
But so when we started today, I was like, all right, I'm going to come up with a cocktail. Because I always do it. Like, I come up with the cocktails,
Yeah,
and while Charlotte's doing, like, the computer setup and stuff. And then Charlotte's like, I'm going to look for new recipes. And I already got stuff for this one. And I was like,
I don't know.
okay, that's fine. So then I was like, competition! Let's do it!
Let's fucking go!
So I just took what I already had, which was a melon ball martini, and then added extra shit to it because it was too strong.
And by
and
extra
it's still
shit,
too
she
strong.
means extra booze.
I added more peach schnapps and triple sec and Midori.
So,
our cocktail today.
before we even get into why we made these cocktails, what's book club today, Jen?
Today, book club is Wretched by Emily Mcintire.
Wretched!
Yeah.
Oh, we might say Wretched too, but you get the point.
I want to get wretched.
By Emily Mcintire.
Yes. We're so excited. I finished the book like 2 days ago. Yesterday, day before.
And I finished it like a week ago.
Yeah.
But it is fresh in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
I love how we said we were going to do Scarred for this whole time, and then we just went
and
right
then
to the
I
next
skipped
book.
over Scarred and went to Wretched. Because
Yeah.
I read, I'm not going to lie, Emily Mcintire, I follow her on TikTok, and she made one post that said one line from the book. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, you're coming home with me right now.
I need it.
Yes.
So
I
she
got
is, I like to call her the queen of retellings, even though she does disclose, like, yes, it's not technically a retelling.
Yes.
It's just a spin on, what she basically chooses. So, of course, this one is...
It's like a very loosely based.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, loosely based Wizard of Oz book.
Oh, it was so good. It was good. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it reminded me of the Mindfuck series, which was... It's one of my top 5 books ever. Like, I finished the Mindfuck series and literally wanted to start it over and read it through again. It's so good.
Yeah.
But it reminded me a lot of that. The FBI agent, so she's in the mafia in this, but in the Mindfuck series, she is a serial killer.
Yeah.
Which basically she is too.
Not wrong about that.
Wretched, spoilers ahead.
Yeah. Once again, book club is made for people who have read the
who
book.
already read it or who do not care to read it or don't care to get stuff spoiled for them.
Yeah, if you just want a little, this is just our take and what we felt like it. We're just going to recap and, have a good time while we drink and get hammered.
Get hammered.
As usual.
With our poop water and our Christmas cup.
So, of course, our cocktails are based off of Wretched.
Yes. We took some pictures when they were pretty, though.
And not anymore.
And now my sugar's leaking down the side.
But the concept is Emerald City.
Yes.
And so...
Emerald City. And mine looks like Christmas.
Yeah, you said what was in yours, right?
Yeah, I think I finished it. So it's like Tito's. There's Tito's, Midori, seltzer, peach schnapps, lime juice, and triple sec, and a splash of simple syrup.
Just a dash, though. You don't want to overdo it.
No. And then I have a random kiwi because I needed to beat Charlotte on presentation.
She's like, I found a kiwi that's hiding in my fridge.
I was like, I don't know how long I'm pretty sure it's been in there since when Jess was visiting. In March.
That was going to say.
Or April. No, she was here in April. It wasn't that long ago.
2 months.
Month and a half.
What other concoctions are you finding in your fridge?
I don't know. I feel like that. Oh my god, that's our series. Expired drinks. What can we find at Jen's fridge that's expired that we'll still put in our mouths?
One day, one of them's going to kill us.
It's a mouthful.
One day.
Probably. But not today, though. I hope.
Not today.
We'll see.
We're going to find out, yeah.
If you don't hear from us again, it was the kiwi.
It was the booze and the kiwi. Maybe.
We shall see.
Alright,
what's in yours?
I have...
And I have a red sugar rim.
Oh, nobody cares.
And a cherry.
Shut up. It's my moment
And it's
now.
in a wine glass.
It's my turn.
Okay, I guess Charlotte can go.
I've got vodka, Midori, blue curacao. I really had to figure it out for a second. Orange juice and club soda with sugar. Lots of red sugar.
And a cherry.
And a cherry. It floated to the bottom.
Yay.
Hence the sugar. But it looks again.
So a lot the same. Just Charlotte's has orange juice in it.
Mine's more
and blue curacao.
drinkable. And
again, mine's more of a martini. A big
filled
martini.
in a wine glass.
With ice. And a lot of seltzer water.
You put
It's called a cocktail.
It's called bartending. Look it up.
No, I don't want to. I don't bartend anymore.
That's okay. Let's
I
talk
always
about
serve.
Wretched. Wretched!
I'm going to be starting a dog grooming business soon. Just kidding.
Wretched.
For the misunderstood.
For the misunderstood. Is that our only acknowledgement?
I love the ones that are like R.I.P. to your vibrator or R.I.P. to your panties.
Yeah, right.
That's not this one.
This
I mean,
is
it is. It's
for
a
the
good
misunderstood. Yeah,
it's exciting. But
very. You'll
there's
understand why.
lots of triggers, guys.
Yeah.
Very dark triggers.
So
there's a gun scene at one point.
one thing I love about Emily Mcintire is how very good she is at disclosures. So not only does she tell you like this is a dark contemporary romance, but it's not a fantasy, it's not a retelling, it's just, we're taking these characters and we're putting our own spin on it. So here you go. Here's a dark romance.
Yeah.
Here's a lot of
Like she pretty much she takes like the idea of someone that doesn't believe in love.
Yeah.
Boom. That's the 10 Men Without a Heart. Oh, this person is scared to stand up for themselves and then finally does eventually. Boom, Cowardly Lion. There's like a yellow brick road that leads to like a cabin in the woods. So it's like it's very, very, very loosely based, but
to get you an idea,
it's
here's
good.
the synopsis. Do you wanna read this half you wanna read this half and I'll read this half?
Doesn't matter. Sure.
What do you want, top or bottom? Are you a top or
I'm
bottom?
bottom, bitch. I'll get on top sometimes.
So bottom?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
bottom.
Once upon a time,
Use
there
your
was
voice.
a wicked girl.
Not that one. Not that one.
I have a million voices. What do you want me to do?
I know, fun one.
She lost
Nope, that's your... Okay, I like that one.
It's a dark one.
That was your phone sex operator voice.
How do you know what my phone says?
Because I subscribed.
She lost everything that mattered.
acting like there's none, only years.
Causing darkness to unfurl. Impulsive and intelligent, she helped her family name grow strong. But then one day, a man without a heart came along.
An undercover agent, meant to spy and bring back tips. Tip of his penis.
Yeah.
Following down her hidden path of faded yellow bricks. She hated him. He wanted her. She was too good to be true, but a woman can be great and terrible too.
Too good, my ass.
Woo!
And so that leads us to Evelyn.
Yeah.
Or Evie, as they call her.
Evelyn and Nicholas.
Do you say Evie or Evie? Some people, I go back and forth.
Evie. I've never once said Evie.
I don't know.
Evie.
Evie? Anyway.
My name's Evie.
You mean Evie.
Effie? It's Evie.
Evie.
Yeah, Evie. I don't believe in Evie.
I don't know.
I apologize if your name's Evie. I don't accept that.
You're not real.
You're fake to me.
But we get introduced to Evie at a funeral.
Yes.
Her poor sister.
Her sister is dead.
Has died.
Dead.
So of course you get a lot of
oh, Dorothy's a bitch.
Yeah. So not only do you just find out that Evie just has a temper problem, she's basically that introduction where you're just like, I'm not like other girls, but way more badass.
But she's like, you don't get annoyed with it, though.
Yeah, that could happen very easily.
Like, you can definitely tell throughout the book that she has a lot of fucking trauma and a lot of issues that she needs to deal with and maybe go to therapy and stop stabbing bitches. But, to each their own. That's her therapy. But she had a really rough, shitty childhood. Like, her dad's in prison. He gets released.
There's
her
no
older
mom,
sister.
go figure.
Yeah, her older sister is the only person really who ever cares about her. And then her older sister dies. And then all she's got left is this bitch hole of a sister, Dorothy.
And Dorothy apparently killed her.
Oh my god, that's at the end of the book.
It literally says it, and I'm angry at Dorothy for killing her on page 10.
But you don't know. It's actually...
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
It's just stupid. Like, that whole... Not like the book, but it just pisses me off. Like, I feel so bad for her. Like, she could have been such a good kid.
And you already know that, like, Dorothy's just a terrible person because she, like, got up and was like, make her speech.
Like, she hated the older sister. Like, hated her, hated Evie. And then the preacher's like, her sister's gonna come up and say a few words. So Evie goes to stand up, and her sister Dorothy, dumb bitch, shoves her down the pew and, like, walks up and gives a speech. And Evie does this thing throughout the whole book where when she gets really upset, she tries not to freak out and lose her shit.
Yeah.
So she counts back from 10.
Which happens quite a bit.
Like, every chapter.
Yeah.
Evie's counting. She's like, Or she's killing. She's either counting or killing. There's no in between.
So fast forward 7 years, you find out Evie's just a really fucking intelligent...
She's so smart.
Chick.
And that's why it's like, the I'm not like other girls doesn't bother me, because she's fucking smart. Like, she goes through, like... We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Well, no, because essentially, like, so before we even get into Nicholas, the man who doesn't have a heart, essentially, her whole reason for just being angry constantly, she never gets credit where credit's due.
She basically runs the business in the mafia that they're in.
Every man that works for her dad questions her, and then she beats the fuck out of him and was like, you fucking thought, man.
Yeah. And then, like, her dad never acknowledges anything that she does.
Yeah.
He kind of just pushes her to the side. And then starts, for some reason, taking Dorothy under his wing, which I still, like, it never really explains
and
why or what he's actually doing, at least that I remember. Like, it doesn't really explain why he starts.
Well, I don't think she actually knew what, like, clearly she never had a fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah.
So, Evie is not just, like, she's the brains because she's the brains behind our whole drug ordeal. She is
makes
the scientist behind all the poppies.
Yeah.
and we're gonna disclose it at that.
Yeah.
You can look it up. So essentially, like, she has her own, her father built her own greenhouse, and that's basically her sanctuary.
And that's where you follow the yellow brick road to her greenhouse, but no one knows about it except for Evie and her dad.
Yeah. That's her safe house.
There's like, all these security measures that they went to where even if you, like, look on, you know, fucking, like, heat thermal cameras and stuff, you can't see, it's not there.
Yeah.
It does not exist. And it's way back in the woods, so no one knows about it, and that's where they grow all their poppies.
Yeah, so not only is she such a brainiac behind the whole operation, she does all these trips for her dad, too. She's got it, like, she got a job, alright, I'm out, and she's probably got a throne of disguise.
Yeah, and she goes and collects all of his money. Because, again, it's a mafia. I go beat some ass, get that money.
She might have to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just business.
So you eventually meet Nicholas, who is an FBI agent, and he's going to be going undercover. He has a sister. He always hates, like, super against drugs and stuff because his mom was on drugs. His sister was on drugs. She was an
addict, yeah.
She was a really bad addict. In the last, like, I think 3 years or so, she's been living with him.
Yeah.
She's been fully recovered, going to AA meetings, all that stuff. So he just hates it so much. So he finally gets a promotion to go undercover to pretty much get in with Dorothy, the bitch sister, if you weren't keeping track. And him and his partner decide to go out to a club to celebrate his new job.
Before he even meets Dorothy. So Evie's out on one of her little adventures, and she's got a little blonde wig on.
Mm-hmm.
So she is originally like black hair?
Black hair,
straight up black hair. So her and Dorothy obviously
and there's no pictures of Evie really anywhere except for from afar in her regular hair and stuff. So he's seen pictures of that, but he's never seen.
But of course,
close-up pictures.
Dorothy's all out I gotta be the face of the family or whatever.
Dorothy's everywhere.
Oh my god, look at my designer top.
But basically, Evie is at this club because she's wanting to kill someone that is fucking up her drugs, basically.
And their drug that's supposed to be going around is called the flying monkey.
Yeah.
Which I was like, nice.
Right? I was like, ooh.
Not good for the drugs, but
the name
was smart. The name, good job. We don't support the use of drugs.
Don't use drugs, kids.
Stay in school.
Yeah. But so pretty much, Evie's trying to flirt her way with this bartender to figure out, if he's the one selling the drugs and stuff like that.
Tits and stuff.
And Nick basically does what every girl loves. Treats her like shit.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
You should, and she's like, fuck you.
But
and
at the same time, he's like, what's your name? And she's like,
not telling you.
I'm telling you my name.
And then so they're going back and forth with their banter and stuff like that. And then she's like, I'm going to the bathroom. Don't follow me. Of course, this motherfucker follows her to the bathroom.
Surprise.
So, chapter 3. Getting it against the bathroom. He's like, they're in the bathroom ripping each other's clothes off. I'm like, that's all I want.
Yeah.
I just want that strong sexual chemistry to where you don't give a shit.
Yeah, right. You're in a bar bathroom.
Fuck it.
Just going for it.
Going at it.
And surprise, surprise, all they talk about too is oh, I can't stop thinking about that man.
Yeah, or that girl.
Woman.
Oh my god. Rock my world.
I never reacted like that to somebody in 7
Never.
And she was even not gonna lie, I was the best fuck I had.
Best fuck
so
of my
long.
life. I think she said in my life.
My life.
My life. Oh my god.
My short-lived life.
But so then they go their separate ways, and then Nick goes undercover, because he has to get in character for I think 3 months.
Yeah,
he
has no clue how long he's gonna be.
No, for when he's in training to officially try to infiltrate. So they got what's his face, the guy that gives them up. I don't remember his name.
Oh, the one that's with her
Zeke.
family. Yeah,
Zeke.
Yeah.
So they catch Zeke, and so Zeke's dad went to prison, and they got a lot of shit done to him in prison, real bad shit.
Didn't he die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was tortured,
yeah,
stabbed, hung, all this shit burned, all kinds of crazy shit. So they're like, all right, we can send you to prison, or you're going to get Nick undercover and vouch for him and get him in with the inner circle and the mafia.
Yep.
So obviously Izzy is like...
He's like, yeah.
He's like really torn with it because he doesn't want to do it.
But he's also trying to be like
him, but,
broody, like...
Yeah.
I don't really fucking care about you, bro.
Yeah.
But like, alright.
Fine. But
fine.
so then Nick has to go into training to become Brayden and fully accept this new persona of who he's going to be for the next who knows how long.
And Brayden's supposed to be this like jewel expert, and supposed to get close to good old Dorothy. Supposed to be with the other sister. Mm-hmm. Shocker, huh?
Yeah.
But his
Didn't see that
temptations can't get away.
Just couldn't keep it in his pants.
Couldn't stay away from good old Evie.
I know.
And of course, as soon as Evie finally finds out about this new guy, like, alright. So, of course, she's all like, alright, I gotta find out what he's about because no one's fucking with my father's business or whatever. And, shocker, they recognize each other instantly.
They go to a bar, Dorothy's there, and they turn, and they're like, and then, so, of course, she's like, he lied to me about his name!
Yeah. And then, so, of course, he still lies to her, though. He's like, no, I'm really Brayden.
He's like, you didn't tell me your name, you thought I was gonna tell you my real name?
Yeah.
Psh.
Bitch.
Psh. So then they like go back and forth. They're so sexually attracted to each other.
They can't
love it. And then it's basically the next half of the book is him trying to like accept that she's not this girl that he thought she was.
Yeah.
And her basically being like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like, pretty much right even before they, like, fuck, regardless of, like, what he wants or not, he, of course, was just like, I might be able to save her.
Yeah. And he was like, there's good in her, and then she goes and, like, fucking... Yeah. He's like, there's no good in her.
Yeah. So she...
I just drooled all over myself.
I've actually fucking loved that scene because I just immediately felt that character shift in Evie where you could just feel that, like, sly smile with how proud she was. She just fucking... So, context on that. So, Nick goes, or Brayden goes out to a job. Nick or Brayden, no, fuck, you get the point.
Brayden and Nick and Brayden, they're all the same person.
Same man. He goes out on a job. He kind of unintentionally loses his shit. So of course on the inside he's like, I don't know what's happening to me. This man that I'm becoming.
Like, I know I shouldn't be okay with what she's doing, but I am. But I shouldn't be.
And
help.
So Brayden and Evie run into each other, and he like fucks up his hand or whatever. So of course she goes to tend to him or whatnot.
Yeah.
And whoever the guy that Brayden was working with, he's just like.
And by the way, Brayden is wearing a necklace that has like a camera on it to record everything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All the time.
So free porn.
I would be like, yeah.
What do I look like from
like,
that
where's my vibrator? Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, so of course this is actually I think a huge shift in the book too. So, the little shithead that Brayden worked with, what's his name, Liam or something?
I was like Eric. I'll think it's Eric.
Is it Eric? Liam?
Is it Eric?
Oh fuck it! I'm gonna look for
Stefan.
it. It's not Stefan.
Sean.
No, I thought it started with an L. I'm like
Liam.
Where is that part? That's what I said, Liam.
Oscar. That's the bad guy.
Oscar. Oh my God,
We'll just edit this part out.
It is Liam. Yeah.
Seth.
It is Liam.
Is there a Seth?
Seth is his partner.
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking about.
No, so the
Wait, who are you talking about?
for this job. So as when they're still at one of his clubs or whatever. So he, of course, Liam comes in, and Liam's like a little shit this whole time too because he thinks he like fucking knows everything about everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, oh, like the father trusts me. I'm the best of the best. I can't fuck up, whatever.
I got a big dick.
I think I'm a smart little shit, whatever.
Smart man.
And so, of course...
Oh, it's 11/11, make a wish.
I wish for this to be the best book club episode.
I wish for this to be our best episode yet.
Ever!
Yes!
So yeah, Liam's of course giving Brayden shit, and Evie's just like, oh, fuck no. But because then he starts questioning her, because he's just like, what do you know? And that's where Evie's like,
she's like,
what do I know? Yeah, just like...
It's like you about to learn today.
Definitely a little borderline personality disorder kicking in there. She's just like, what the fuck do I know? Just tortures the living
crap out of him.
And that's her brain's
He's like, Amy, I'm sorry.
Yep, nope, she's gone. She's gone.
He's like, she's dead.
And they still fuck. He doesn't care.
Ooh, that's one of my favorite scenes is whenever she keeps giving him shit and he fucking grabs her by the throat and slams her down on the desk.
Yeah.
And then they just start going at it.
All over money.
And then poor fucking Seth.
Yeah.
The next day, Liam goes in to, like, check in because he hasn't checked in like a month or so, a couple months. And the guy, of course, it's the day after he fucks the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth's pissed.
Anything you want to tell me?
Seth's like, I had to delete evidence, and it goes against everything I know. And he's like,
yeah.
I love that Nick's like, why?
Yeah, he's like, what do you mean you've
Why'd
lost
you have to delete
evidence?
He's like, you don't remember you were fucking around? And Nick's like, oh.
Yeah, that?
My bad.
By the way.
And then internally he like switches and he's like, if I don't think Dorothy's are in, I think Evie is. If I have to fuck her to get information,
yeah, he uses that
will.
as an excuse.
Well, because then Seth is like, high five, man. All right, I see it. So it got kind of Seth off his back. But, yeah, I was like,
okay.
And all I could think of, because I'm one of those people that, like, I love those little details. When they're, like, fucking and he's going down on her on the desk, all I thought of is where that chain was going to be hitting in the video. Poor Seth.
Vagina.
I think baby hole. Baby hole. That's all I could picture. That's all I could picture the whole time. I was like, God,
Yeah,
whoever's watching that
wild.
video the next day is like,
bro. But like, what else happens?
but like rewind and start
Let me
again.
see that again. And
He's
they
like,
pretty much continue this charade.
I only jerked off 12 times before I deleted it.
And then I deleted the evidence. Yeah, and then they continue this little charade.
Charade.
For the good chunk of the book.
Yeah.
And Brayden, Nick, whatever, is just losing his goddamn mind.
Because you can see, like, so, like I said, it reminds me a lot of the Mindfuck series, but the Mindfuck series is a lot, like, it's 5 books, but they're like, I want to say it's probably like 600 or 700 pages altogether.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot more over time.
Yeah.
And like, yes, you learn, I don't know, I liked the Mindfuck series so much because it's so in-depth and you learn way more about the people, like their actual personalities and who they're...
Right.
I'm sorry, I know this isn't the Mindfuck series episode, but...
Save Mindfuck Book Club!
Loved it so much, but it reminds me of it a lot. But
yeah.
I feel like I love Wretched, but I feel like you didn't get to learn as much as I would have liked to learn about the characters,
but that's
like who they are.
The type of writer that she is.
Yeah,
though.
it's like fall in love.
She's just,
boom.
quick and to the point, which some
But
people love.
With Hooked, I fully got immersed in Hooked. Like, I felt like I knew who they were, like, a lot more than Wretched. But I think it was just, like, you couldn't figure out who they were so much to a certain degree.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a little bit. I mean, as far as just, like, why the characters are the way they are now, you pretty much get that base to that, and that's all I needed for the book. Quicken to the degree. To the degree. But essentially,
I think this is why I'm a series girl. I like more. I loved it. Like I said, I loved Wretched. I would read Wretched again.
Yeah.
But I want more. I want more details and more in depth and world building. And I know that's not this type of book.
Yeah, this
at
is
all,
more so like, alright, you need something quick and good.
Yeah.
To fucking
get you fucking on. You want to run your little vibrator batteries out? Boom. Test some new things in your partner. Wretched. But no, it was good.
And so, as we continue...
I'm like, where are we at now? Nick and her fucking necklace banging her taint.
So...
Do women they don't have taints.
I don't fucking
Do
know.
we have taints? Technically we do, right? It's a part between...
Kinda, yeah.
Like your booty hole and your vagina hole.
Fresh!
I'm gonna Google it right now. The FBI agent looked at my phone and she's like, she just Googled, do women have taints?
Anyway.
We're done.
So the more you get into...
Thank you for coming to book club.
So the more you get into Evie and Brayden technically, as the closer they get,
Do women have taints?
the more Nick is actually revealing more stuff about him that he's not supposed to. So
Yes.
Evie has her, like, little spy that even her family doesn't even know about. His name's Sam.
Both men and women have a perineum or taint.
There you go.
So for this, you learn new things every time you tune in, right?
I really just wonder where your brain goes
Josh.
half the time.
His name's Josh, right?
Is it Josh? Oh.
I'm probably not.
We're looking it up again. See, we're too very good. Remember the last time we actually wrote down names?
No.
We didn't do that.
We just
this
flip
time.
through and fly by the seat of our pants.
We wrote some stuff.
But yeah,
down.
Evie has a friend that she went to high school with. He's a computer tech wizard, and she has him do a background check on Nick. Everything goes by perfect, flying colors. What was your point?
And so,
This drink's starting to hit.
so because she's able to find all this background stuff on technically Brayden, and of course because Brayden works for the FBI, everything about everything that should be about him is there. So he's gonna check out.
Yeah.
So Evie, of course, the smart bitch that she is, will learn everything about him. And Nick keeps fucking up stuff where he gives out something about his real life
Because
as
he's
Nick.
like falling for Evie, even though he doesn't realize it
Yeah.
and doesn't want to admit it.
just letting stuff
So
out.
he so in his, oh my god, there was a little mouse outside the door. He like
Looked bigger than it
ran.
was.
No, it like ran to Bailey's little lead and then shot back. Like, anyway, so like at one point Brayden is like, or Nick, whatever. He's like, oh, my mom died. See, look. Did you see it?
Oh, gross.
Oh, it's cute.
No.
But he's like, yeah, my mom died of like an overdose or whatever. And in the back of her mind, she's like, huh, that's weird. Like, his mom supposedly died of cancer. Or no, his mom didn't die.
Yeah.
His mom left.
Yeah.
That's right. She was a huge druggie and left.
Yeah.
And
But
then
she doesn't click onto it right away.
No.
She's just sitting in her greenhouse one day.
And then she's like, ding,
Wait
hello.
a minute. And she goes to confront him
Yeah.
only for him to be like, he comes up with some excuse to the point where she still believed him. He still lied to her.
No, what he says is, I'm a jewel thief. You don't think that I can cover my background and basically make it whatever the fuck I want.
So yeah, you're not wrong. Like, he's covering
Yeah.
his own ass. He's
So-
like, he's lying, but he's not.
Yeah, so he like wants to tell her the truth, but like accidentally.
Only for him to start bringing her into an alley where he fucks her with a gun.
Because so he sneaks away to go visit his sister when they go to New York. I think it's New York.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be there. She's supposed to be back home, and she ends up being like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna confront him.
Sees him kiss Dorothy on the cheek. Because remember, he's supposed to be like still whining and dining Dorothy and trying to get
"Wanna
information.
go back to my room," and
He
like,
doesn't, which I was like, I swear to, because that's my one.
I know,
I
for
hate
real.
cheating tropes, and I'm sorry, that's cheating. I'm not gonna lie. You finished. Sorry, spoiler alert. Not really, but Book of Azrael. How far are you in?
100 pages. Don't say anything.
Okay, nothing crazy. This is really the spoiler thing. There's a part that happens where I was literally almost. You know how like when you find out something terrible, you get like hot. You
Yeah.
get so mad. There's a part in Amber Nicole's book, The Book of Azrael, that happens, and I almost put the book down because I was so mad. And then, like, as you keep reading, you realize why it happened, and it wasn't for the reasons you thought. But I was like hot, full body, like angry, because I hate the fucking cheating trope. Hate it. It infuriates me. But so I was like, "Yay, Nick, you didn't do anything." And then so he's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna quickly go sneak and see my sister."
He's like,
Because
I know
I've
I
seen
shouldn't,
her,
but I
and
want
I
to.
shouldn't, but
I know I
want to.
shouldn't,
Bitch,
but
not
I
even
want
home.
to.
She
I
ain't
know I
home.
shouldn't, but I
And
want to.
So Evie runs up and is like, "Caught you, motherfucker! What are you doing?"
Surprise, motherfucker!
Motherfucker kicks the dude. No, and then they like go out to the alley, and he like says some other bullshit excuse for why he's there.
Yeah, she
he
like
tells her.
confronts him like,
He
"You
tells her
lied."
that
He's
it's,
like,
it's my sister.
"No." Yeah.
He's like, "It's my sister, and I just am so worried about her, and I don't want anyone to know she lives here." Blah blah. And they go out in the alley, and he takes her gun because she has the gun under his chin, and he slowly starts loading it, like rubbing it down her body,
Her little gold wide eagle.
and then ends up being like ding a ding a ding.
Yeah. And he, like, man, he's good with that, too. Just fucked with her mind, too. Just playing her at her own game, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And was like, people are watching. Nobody was watching.
Was there. But hey, it's the excitement of people possibly watching.
Yeah.
That gets you going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he, like, gun bangs her.
Yeah.
And then she comes on the gun. It was a great time.
It was nuts.
I had a fun time.
And so then it starts to escalate, of course, where Evie's starting to find herself in more shit. Obviously, like, her and Dorothy are getting at each other's throats because Dorothy's messing with her, like, it's time for Dad to show me the ropes because he said he would.
Or, like, and technically, I fully think her dad did, because I think her dad was playing mind games because he didn't give a shit about any of those children.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, oh, Dad and I just got back from a meeting.
Yeah.
And Evie'd be like, what the fuck? There's not supposed to be a meeting? Like, what do you mean you just got back from a meeting? She'd be like, oh, you weren't invited.
I guess you
blah,
just weren't.
Because she still wants Nick, because Dorothy is very attracted to Nick and wants to get it in.
Yep.
And she cannot stand that him and Evie have a connection.
Yeah.
Hates it.
Yeah. So, things start to really escalate as far as the betrayals start happening. Mostly between Evie and her dad. So, her dad's being a little stupid fuck and thinking, like, we're gonna... this other family, the Cantinellis, are gonna work for his family, the Westerlys. We forgot to disclose that.
So I think the Cantinellis are in the Italian mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But essentially, like, so they go on this, this is a really fucked up part, on this yacht that essentially was the yacht that killed...
So it's the mayor's yacht.
Yeah.
Because the mayor is on their payroll, basically.
Yeah. And this is the yacht that killed Evie's older sister.
Yeah. That she got murdered on.
So aside from the fact that Dorothy and Evie got into it and they had a little girl fight on the boat deck because Evie was having a little mental breakdown because of it.
Oh, and then Nick comes up behind her and, like, calms her down.
Yeah, that was really
And then Dorothy comes walking over in her ruby red slippers that were actually Evie's sisters. I forget her name.
And threw them in the goddamn ocean.
She threw them in the ocean, and then she admits that she murdered her sister.
Yeah.
Admits it. Yeah. And we were like,
really? You are.
Dirty little slut. I was like, and she was like, you could go ahead and jump overboard and join her.
Yeah.
Bitch! Fuck you. So bad.
But aside from that.
And then they leave.
So.
But also another point is the head of the Italian mafia was eyeballing Evie. Which
yeah, so I was about to get into that.
Like,
so of course, like, Evie's still smart though. She's like, we're gonna be under his wing. We're gonna be selling ourselves out. We're not gonna be like.
She does not want to expand.
We're
her
not.
dad wants to expand.
Yeah, we're like,
her
we're
dad's
not.
a little fish in a big pond.
We're nowhere running the town as we are on our own, let alone being under the Cantinellis.
Yeah.
But her dad's just like, fuck you, I know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm the brains of this operation, but I'm not really because I'm a dumb little bitch.
Dumb bitch. Bitch, she runs it all.
So that's where it really starts to escalate. So her dad just starts getting more and more aggressive with Evie, where he just starts slapping her around because of it.
Grabbing her face. But when they're in the meeting with the Cantinellis, Nick is, like, secretly just losing his mind because the leader of the Cantinellis is eyeballing Evie and wanting her, and literally says it out that he wants her. And so Nick is like, what the fuck? No! I can't stand it that a man wants her! And I'm pretty sure they go back and fuck.
As usual. Oh yeah, they go back to the house.
The house. They break the vase.
Yeah.
The vase.
The vase.
The vase. Do you say vase or vase? I say vase.
Vase. Vase.
Okay.
Vase.
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 Lachaise. I want some lachaise. Lachaise?
Le?
Lachaise. Lachaise? I don't know. It's a Mexican cake.
Oh.
Lachaise? Lachaise?
Lachaise.
Lachaise?
We're not talking about Mexican cake. Fresh!
I don't give it the cake.
So yeah, things escalate. So essentially, so obviously, you know, Nick and Evie start to realize, you know,
they like each other.
It's love.
It's love. No one said it yet, though.
Not yet.
No one wants to admit it. Because
I'm
no one
trying to
wants to be
remember.
weak.
Because the only part I remember, there's really nothing I remember beside the fact that, so he gives up his position, actually, Nick.
So, I can tell you what happened. So, Evie ends up going to her greenhouse.
Well, aside from that,
And
I'm
her
talking, like, before. I was like, what happened before all that fucked up shit?
What fucked up shit?
In the greenhouse.
No, I was talking about how Evie's, like, in her greenhouse and her dad comes in and Dorothy, and they're like, you're gonna teach Dorothy the ropes.
Oh, yeah,
She's gonna start learning how to...
I'm thinking, like, later.
to prune the poppies and make the drugs and all that stuff. And Evie's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
And after her sister told her that she specifically murdered her older sister, who was the only parent, really, that Evie ever knew, she goes to her tech, Josh, fucking douche name, and tells him that she is the big Kuhana, the big...
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's like, I trust you.
She does the flying monkey.
Are you my actual friend?
And he's like, yes, I am. I love you. We're best friends. We're besties.
It's fine.
And she's like, okay, I need you to do this, and this. So he's supposed to change all the codes on the greenhouse. Doesn't do it. But then they get back, to... No, that's when Evie tells Nick that she loves him.
Yeah,
so... He comes in the greenhouse.
Yeah, they start to actually get a little bit more comforting for each other.
Yeah.
She says that she loves him only for him to basically
walk away. Someone called... No, he goes... And the sad part is, he tells her, like... that he is, because she's like, I want to know your favorite color, I want to know blah, blah, blah.
Right,
he's like,
yeah.
He, like, touches her face, and he's like, my favorite color is blue, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts smiling, because she's like, oh my god, he loves me too. And then his phone rings, Zeke, and he's like, I gotta take this, I'll be right back. Motherfucker leaves, gets in his car, drives away. Well, this bitch follows him, and who's he go to meet? Fucking Seth, his coworker. So Evie, he goes, sits in a parking lot at a shady motel for hours because he doesn't want to give her up. But because she told him that she's the actual maker of the flying monkey, which is his whole mission.
Cody, that's his name.
Cody, we've been calling him what? Josh?
Sam.
Josh?
Cody, your friend. I literally was just looking for. I didn't hear a single word you said. I was looking for the name the whole time.
But yeah, so he's like sitting outside the motel, like fighting with himself internally of like, he doesn't want to turn her in, but he knows he needs to, because he finally found like the whole reason for him to be there. Like his whole undercover mission was to find out who the supplier of the flying monkey was. And
now he knows.
And so she's parked on the other side of the parking lot, just like watching him sit there and basically beat himself up for hours. And then she's finally like, okay, he's not actually being one. He just like came here for no reason.
Yeah.
I think. And then he gets out of the car and goes over and does this little knock and walks in the door, but doesn't fucking shut the door all the way. Rookie mistake. So she walks over.
She still busted it
She
open.
hears the whole conversation. He still never told his partner that she was the supplier of the flying monkey, but she heard enough of like knowing that he was a cop at least. So this bitch kicks the door open.
And he's like, surprise, motherfucker!
Crying, like so upset, like, well, she's not bawling, but like tears in her eyes.
Completely unhinged.
And it's like, you're a cop? And he's like,
she's
no,
just like, but
I'm an FBI agent.
Yeah,
and
she's like, she also was just like, I fucking knew the whole time.
And then he's like, his partner has his gun aimed at her, and he's like, put your gun down. And she's like, no. And his partner's like, okay.
No.
So then she starts like, she's like arguing with him, and then points again at his partner, and he jumps in front of his partner, and he's like, I won't let you kill him. And she's like, but you'll let him kill me? And he doesn't say anything. And she says, that's all I need to know.
What it comes down
and
to.
she turns and walks away. And then, like, next scene, you hear from Nick, and he's like, I realized in that moment that I would give anything to be with her.
Yep.
Did not care whatever happened before.
So he gives up the case.
Yeah, because that was his whole thing, is he felt like he was betraying his sister and everything he stood for, because his mom left for drugs and his sister was an addict and all that stuff. So he could not be with Evie for those reasons.
But here comes a plot twist.
Plot twist! So Nick goes back to the FBI agency.
He's in the surgeon's office. Something. I don't know.
Surgeon's office.
He's in his base's office.
Oscar,
He's
the
like,
mayor's there.
He's like, I'm sorry, man.
And a guy
Couldn't
he's never seen. An FBI agent that's been undercover that he's never seen before.
Who's the guy?
So then we pan over. I almost said to Poppy. Because
It's not Floyd Nash.
She has poppies. So we pan over to Evie. And in walks none other than...
Cody.
Josh.
It's Cody.
He was the undercover FBI agent.
But before she even figured that out, she went all Evie 2.0.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. We jumped the gun a little bit there.
I'm like, he's dead. No,
So yeah, so it's like Agent Bauer or something that you're introduced as. But you didn't know Cody's last name, so you're like, alright, whatever.
And even if you did, it wouldn't be the same net last name.
Yeah, you're like, you had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
So you turn to Evie where she's just like, I'm done with my sister.
She's like, I'm destroying this
done
whole
with my
empire.
dad. I'm setting the world on fire.
So she has Dorothy come down.
She's like, oh yeah, I just gotta show you like I gotta show you the process, but I gotta do this first. And then she's like, surprise, bitch, syringe.
Stab you in the neck.
Passes
Syringe
out.
with heroin.
She's like, and then of course, poor father comes walking down. She's like, just
And she texts her dad, oh my god, there's an emergency, we need you in the greenhouse. So like he comes running. She's already got this bitch dragged over, zip tied, over top of a fucking barrel of
acid. I was not expecting that. I was like, fucking acid.
Holy
That's
shit.
nuts. So
Let's just make sure it's still recording.
vat of acid. So for in that little bit too, as
Neon.
her napkin.
It's gonna be my pee later. It's just
Maybe.
neon pink.
Don't
and
give me
green.
pictures.
It's a yeast infection waiting to happen.
Man, what was nuts too is that like because she was still waking up from the syringe too, she had her like feet dipped into
She
the
put
acid.
her feet in, and then her sister starts thrashing.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wouldn't do that.
She's like,
That's
you
pure
think that
acid.
hurts?
Give it another 10 minutes and you're really gonna start
And
regretting
then of course
your
the dad
decisions.
walks in. He's like, Evie, what is going on
What
here?
is going on here, babe?
She's like, oh hi dad.
Hey, we brought you a present.
So family.
And then Zeke walks in, and so she's got like a gun pointed at her dad. Zeke walks in, distracts her. The dad tackles her, chokes her, is killing her, and she looks over at Zeke and she's basically like, cowardly lion.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker's not gonna do shit. Motherfucker blows a hole in her dad's chest.
And as the dad jumped on her too, Evie just pressed that button
the button
all the way down.
The motherfucker's
Dorothy is submerged into that acid.
Bye.
And so, of course, later on, she's like coming back up into the green room, and Zeke's supposed to like clean up the bodies in that little note where she's like, or you know, what's left of Dorothy.
Yeah. I'm like, bleh.
It's like
Gross.
Jesus Christ, like that. That was nuts.
I know.
Can you just?
No, that's literally not
Acid.
one part of me is ever like, if someone could, you can pick how you die.
I want to know.
I would pick 1,000,002 things before I would pick.
Oh my
dipped in
god, we
acid.
see like the usual shit with like just shooting each other
Stabbing.
with the guns and stabbing.
Pushing them off a bridge.
I love how
Drowning.
the next thought was just like vat of acid.
Bad of acid. Right now.
That's how she sounds like her.
It sounded like skin exploded. Her body was like.
Wretched! I don't know.
Emily Mcintire.
And so when you
Yeah,
think
so
the crazy
that
shit's
happened.
all over,
Nope.
no.
In walks Josh.
And back to Sam, Cody, Josh. So
And she's like, Chris, you were here. Cody.
it's like, what
You're here. What are you doing here?
He's
And
like,
he's
I just
like,
came to make sure you're cool.
surprise, motherfucker. Handcuffs.
He's just like, she's just like, what?
And she's like, well, I thought we were friends.
Bro.
And he's like, you thought that, dumb bitch.
But
And then
guess
he's
who's
standing over her. Cops are coming. FBI's flying down the road. motherfucking hole through Cody.
And she's like, what just happened?
Nick's standing there. He killed him.
Nicholas!
Surprise.
Boom!
Braden.
Wretched!
What if his name was Braden Nicholas? Nicholas Braden. Fat of asses.
She's like, why would you? And he's like,
Huzzah!
She's like, because I love you, you dumb bitch. Huzzah! And so, of course, now he's like, run, bitch, run!
He's like,
run, Forrest,
I
run.
love you. I love you. I
Find
choose you. He's like, I need you to be out there in the world so I know there's a chance that someday we can be together, but if you don't get away, there's never gonna be a chance. Bitch.
So she ran. That was really good. Right?
I blacked out. I blacked out.
I'm like, what? I'm like, she's going, go for it, Ho. Go for it. Every time I gotta go.
Look at me now. Look, hey, I went to school. I worked with this girl that she knew every single line to that, memorized to a T, perfect. We would go do karaoke. Every single DJ ever would try to stop her because they didn't think she would know the words.
Good for her.
And she was like, every time I come out, I'm like, look at me now.
You're like, yeah.
It's like, I don't know the words. But back! They ran! She ran!
She ran!
And they had a chance at love. Because that's all we want.
Then we get to the prologue. So, about like a year passes.
He goes back. He didn't quit. He walks back. The cops come.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
he goes outside.
he's dead. Agent Buffeting's dead. She got away. And he's like, I'm undercover agent. Check my pocket. And they do it. And then he goes and he resigns. He's like, I can't do it.
I still can't do it.
I can't do it. So then he's like, all right, I'm going to wait a month, 2 months,
takes
3 months, 6 months, 8 months.
He takes like up like
woodworking. He's like, I got really good at making furniture.
For like finally like a year later, he's like, I hired a private investigator.
Yeah.
And I'm like, couldn't you have done that? Like,
but like, couldn't the private
while ago.
investigator found her from the FBI?
However, it's also easy.
But
he found her.
I'm not gonna say it. Mindfuck series. It's a lot like it.
I'm about to read this.
It's so good. I literally think you would love it.
But we're not talking about mine.
I want you to read it. I'm gonna buy it for her. It's so good. I'll buy you the paper copy. Wretched. Hooked.
So he finds her. So one thing I did love about Evie too.
Wait.
Ireland.
I didn't know we were taking it.
One thing that finally like stuck with her, that when she would finally be able to like escape this fucked up life, she's like, I'm going to Ireland because of my family, because she's the Irish mafia.
Sean's like, that speaks to me. I feel it. It speaks to me because of
Irish. I got them Irish bloodstone over here. I feel the energy.
I feel the energy.
I feel the
energy coming from Wretched.
I just hit the book in my face.
You did. You smacked him. I'm okay with it.
I'm feeling the energy.
But he's like, sis, I don't want to leave you. And she's like, bitch, I'm going with. You thought you were going to leave me? I'm not going to lie. The whole time I was like, she's going to end up somehow being Evie's sister. The sister's not going to be dead. Because in the book, they specifically say the body was never found.
I know.
And any time in these books that they say that, bitch is still alive.
Yeah, so I am happy that they did reunite. I just almost wish she did like a different kind of reunion where we still got like one more little fuck scene at the end.
I know. You held
because it's
up.
been a year.
It's been a year. They need to get another.
But they like meet in a field. They kiss or whatever, and they're like reunited.
Can we go to Scotland? Yeah.
Ireland.
No, I know that, but you said you wouldn't go to Ireland with me because you said you had to go with your family.
Oh yeah, we did talk about going to Scotland.
Yeah.
Man.
To pressure her. We're going to Ireland.
Peer pressure.
Your family's not going to go.
No, they'll kill me.
They can go if they want. You nasty. Wretched.
Wretched. But I do wish that like the prologue was like another year or so later, like maybe they're married,
I love those.
child. Like I just wish we got a little bit more of like their life in Ireland
like
finally at the end of the book.
Mindfuck series. What? Riley? Are you awake?
Bailey?
Bailey, was that you? Wretched. apologize for this ending. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
You know who we are.
Fun.
You know who we are as people.
Book club!
I'm almost done with my drink.
Yeah, it's been like
Charlotte's
fucking...
been done for
It's
like 8
been fucking
hours.
6 years since we've done a book club episode, so we forgot how to do it.
When we started, I was like, this is going to be such a short episode. Our last one was like 30 minutes. We're at 55 minutes.
Overall, I give this like a 4 out of 5.
I give it a 3.3. 3.5.
That's fair.
I give it 3 chili pepper.
How many chili peppers?
Like, I give it 2.5 chili peppers and 3.5 stars.
That's fair.
Right?
I like this more than Scarred, but not as much as Hooked. Hooked is a 5 out of 5.
Hooked for me is 4 out of 5. Almost 5 out of 5. Like,
Yeah.
I loved Hooked.
Yeah.
And Hooked for me was like a little bit spicier. Or maybe it was just what happened in Hooked. I don't know. It's been a bit since I've read Hooked.
Mafia.
Yeah, I'm like, Mafia's bad.
Yeah, right.
My precious. Ooh. That kind of hurt a little bit.
But if this was any persuasion to read, Wretched! You know, like we said, quick read, good smut.
It does have a cute story.
Yeah.
Again, if you've read Mindfuck series, you're gonna like this.
Yeah, it's not your typical, like, good girl, bad guy shit. Like, the guy
the
still,
opposite.
like, has an ego and he's cocky or whatever.
It's kind of like the bad girl, good guy.
Yeah, but she, like, matches his energy still.
They match each other.
Yeah.
Because obviously he wasn't that good. He got
Yeah.
persuaded by some pussy real fast. That's it. That's it for me.
Thank you for coming to Stay For The Smut. Wretched!
Huzzah!
Yeah,
Really good.
good book. Good book.
Subscribe to the YouTube. We just Charlotte just did a
Yeah.
we watched it earlier before this episode. It's like a blooper reel. I had tears. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, we were
and then we
laughing
think
at
it really
ourselves
might
so
be a
hard.
problem that
Yeah.
we just think we're hilarious.
We're recording for the YouTube right now, too, and I'm like, the fact that we just recorded ourselves laughing at a recording of ourselves.
But it was so good.
Wretched!
I'm like, Charlotte, send me the clip.
I sent it to you through text.
I know, but I need like the clip.
I can give you the clip.
I need the clip so I can have multiple 1-minute clips to post over the next month.
I'll get you the clips, Mama.
Send me that clip.
Send me the
Wretched.
Wretched.
Girls and cocktail.
If you couldn't tell, our book club episodes are just a little bit different. But hopefully we don't take 37 years to make another one.
We're not.
And
You know, I'm gonna force
You know
us.
what?
So this is what's happening. Charlotte's almost done with the Book of Azrael. That's our next book club episode.
I wouldn't say I'm almost done.
I'm like, she's 2 pages in. She's almost.
She's fine.
She's done. Who are we?
And if you listen to our normal, regularly scheduled programmed episodes every Monday, Crowns and Cocktails, we we will say constantly that we're gonna do. We were saying we were gonna do Scarred for the longest time, and then we say we were gonna do. Why are you spitting ice cubes everywhere? This. Wow, you're so drunk. We were saying that we're gonna do Up Darkness and Fire. She's just. I don't know what's going on right now. We were saying we were gonna do Up Darkness and Fire too. And now we're on Wretched. So you know what? I feel like you just has to keep
No.
last minute
So of Darkness and Fire, we did the author episode with Amber.
That's true. That still counts.
Of Darkness and Fire.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't do that one.
That's fair. But I mean, you still don't. We don't still. It wasn't the same as like how the book club episodes
That's
set
true.
up.
That's true. I mean, hey,
Let's do
there's
what
always next time.
years. Stop saying next time.
Well, I feel like we can't do the second book in a series without doing the first book of a series.
That's their
This doesn't count
problem.
because that's not real. It's like 3. They're not.
I know.
They're not.
That felt too good.
But I'm totally down for doing Of Darkness and Fire 2 book club.
Yeah, we say that now.
I'm at Crescent City 2.
Crimson City. Don't look at me.
Crescent City 2.
Wretched. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming to Stay For The Smut. We are so happy to be back. We're gonna be better.
love you
about
guys.
this. We love you so so
we
much.
said every week, but we will.
We apologize for this in
The
advance.
cinema cherry is green.
I got water now.
That's the
All right.
toothpick.
Mama's
We
drunk.
love you
I
guys.
gotta go
Check out the
her.
YouTube. Check out the TikTok.
YouTube,
check out the
Instagram, TikTok.
McMillan J02, Charlotte 8012.
96.
96.
Stop listening to her. You're cut off.
That's rude. I'm almost done.
I gotta go put her to bed.
I love you guys.
All right, we love y'all.
Rich!